Hello, welcome back. In this walkthrough, we are going to implement the solution to the lab project, starting with the server part. And then in the following lecture, I'm going to show you the client part. So let's start by building the server first. So open your Visual Studio and click on Create a New Project. Make sure you selected C# Windows Desktop, select Windows Form App.NET Framework, and then click on the Next button. And then for this, we give the name 09-lab project-server. Make sure the folder is red projects, and then click on the Create button. Now we are going to make the form's opacity 0, so click on the form, and then under here, scroll down to opacity and set it to 0. Next, we will insert a form shown event handler, so click on the lightning icon, scroll down to shown and double click on it to insert a form shown event handler. Then go and download this file from the resource section for this lecture. First, we'll delete all the imported libraries and replace it with our imported libraries from here. Paste it in. Next, we will remove everything in here. Remove the entire class, form1 class, and then we will copy our code from the file, just the form1 class. So copy everything from there right until the bottom here. So just copy the class and then paste it in here. So now I'll explain the code a little bit. So over here, we can see these are the usual imports. The parts that are grayed out are not used, so we can safely delete these. Here we create all the client because we have a TCP client to connect to the, because this server is going to initiate the connection, so we need to have a TCP client. Then we have the process object to create a process out of the CMD exe. And then these are necessary to show a message box in the thread to play the beep and also to play the sound file, all done in the threads, all done using threads. Then we have the enumerations. So out of this, we are going to implement only 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then over here, we have our message loop, which will continue to spawn the server, and it will continue to sleep every 5 seconds if the run server fails to connect to the client. It will continue to try every 5 seconds. So in the run server part, we have our usual code where it will connect to our client at this port, then gets a stream, and after that create the stream reader and stream writer so that we can push and we can receive messages from the internet, from the network. Then if there is no client, we will return, but if there's a client connected, we will proceed to spawn a shell, redirect the shell, and then send it out to the server, send it out to the client. And here is a message loop where you continue to read the incoming messages from the client, and here is the part where we implement our command. So the client is going to be able to click on certain buttons to send commands. So let's take a look at the design again. We have these commands here implemented using buttons. So each time the user clicks any of these buttons here, it is going to send the commands to our server. So our server needs to extract those commands using get command from line. The string that is sent by the client will be stored here and then will be extracted here. The command will be extracted from here. And then here is where you switch and you check which command is being sent, and you create a corresponding thread to handle the command. So this is the magic here. This is how you implement these buttons here in the server part. The rest is the same as before, no difference. And here is where you have the various functions for implementing the commands that is sent by the client when the user clicks on the button. So for example, message command here is being created in a thread here. So the message command will be run in a thread. And then here the beep command also will be run in a thread. Same with the play sound command. Then you have the usual cleanup and the stop server. And this is the part where we extract the integer, the number from the string that is sent by the client. And the command output handler is used, as I explained before, for extracting the data that is sent by the command exe, cmd exe. The important part of this whole program is actually in this region. Notice that here is where you extract the integer, the number, whether it's 2, 3, 4 or 5, that is sent by the client. But the raw string is here. You do not change anything about the string. Here you just extract the numbers, if any, but you still retain the raw string that is sent by the client. That is important because if there is no command that is sent by the client, you go ahead and create the next part where you will extract the command line that is sent through the use of the text here. So remember that the client can either click on the button to send commands, or the user can type the command in here. If the user click on the buttons here on the left to send commands, then it will be processed up here in the switch. But if the user types something in here, for example dir to list the directory, then this will be processed not up here but down here in the usual way that we've seen before. So that is why this whole part here is crucial to the working of this server part of the RED. So they don't interfere with each other. You see, if the user were to click the buttons from here, then it will be sending the numbers 2, 3, 4 or 5. Those numbers 2, 3, 4 or 5 should match with your enumeration here. 2, 3, 4, 5. That is why you are trying to extract the integer from the line, from the string. But if let's say there is no command here, no worries. The switch part we just skip through. All the cases will not match, and you proceed here to try to get the command from this command line here. So this is how it works. So this is the design of the server part. So we can build it now. Build solution, and build has started, as you can see from the bottom left corner. So the build has succeeded without errors. So now we can close this project and we'll proceed in the next lesson to build the client. So I'll see you then. Thank you for watching.